let's bring on to Soul Beat His Excellency himself of rap music, Eazy E. How about that introduction? Well, I tell you what, you got it going. A lot of people don't realize that you are really behind a lot of rap productions. Isn't that right?
That's right.
And I can remember, like when I first was introduced to Eazy E, you came out with a video that you were, you were in jail or something, and what was the concept of that?
That was We Want Eazy.
We Want Eazy. And so looked like everybody wanted Eazy because Eazy, from that video, you jumped up and been one of the major rap stars in the country. Is that right?
That's right.
That's right. And you've been able to bring a lot of other people along with you, with, what's the name of the group?
NWA.
NWA. And I believe you, I remember when your group came all the way up here from Compton to talk to us about some exposure that you wasn't getting or something like that, or
right.
What was that all about?
Well, basically they wasn't playing on our videos at the time because they said it was too explicit or too street, too hardcore, such as one of my videos that I just made now, Neighborhood Sniper.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, about Neighborhood Sniper, and one thing that we want to clarify a lot of things out there because I do the programming here at Soul Beat, and a lot of videos it's a hard decision what videos to play and what videos not to play, but it's not all my decision now. It used to be where as a program director you could go and pick out a video from a hit artist and play the video. So what it is now is that you have the community that really constitute the type of image they want to see projected on their TV station, and we have to deal with the churches and civic community, civic groups and politicians. Everybody wants to have a word in about the corruption in kids' mind and cause of violence in their community. And look like in Oakland we are known to have a few little problems, right? And to put some of this on their minds, like from a kid who may sit up and watch TV all day and all night and see this violence continue to go on. It's a little different than a movie because they see a film and they know that's make-believe. But sometimes they look at this video and they look at it as this is the real deal out there. This brother's talking what's happening now. And from that, you're a role model to a lot of kids now. What do you think about that? Now, what is your impression?
Well, on this new video, which I did for some other stations, I put like a little service announcement, like a trailer at the beginning, letting them know that this is not true. This is like, fictional, like a movie. So I put that at the beginning of the trailer for those certain stations, and they play that before they play the video. And they like that. Well,
actually, when you're running a music station, you go from like one sound, the beat to the next beat, and really it's not in the programming sense to play something that's got dialogue or got graphics on it. We go right to the beat, and that's what we do here. And you find most radio, because radio stations you can't put a disclaimer on it.
Right.
They have to go right into it. So we figure we don't want to lose a beat like they don't want to lose a beat, so we go right back
that's
together.
Losing the beat, though.
It's losing the beat if you have to go through some dialogue, some acting, and this type of thing.
It's so bad, little stuff. It's not, it won't throw you off. It's more like a movie, though.
Well, I guess what they have in their favor is years of doing it, and we're just now getting into it. But for a while there, I was involved with that era of the they used to call them black exploitations. I did the Dolomite movies. Did you ever hear about Dolomite movies? Right. Well, this was filmed, and it was a commercial basis. We're looking at doing products that the community, people want to see in the community, whatever. I'm just wondering, what is it that we have to do to develop the awareness of the production ideas that producers like you are trying to get over, so that we could play videos without having the repercussion of the people, factions in the community, people in the community?
I think we should put our foot down, because a lot of us blacks don't know how much power we have. You know, and we should use that power and not let others intimidate us.
Well, I think by you coming out and expressing this to people and being a spokesman to this, I think we should have more of it, because then the people can know where you're coming from. In other words, you are a commercial businessman and you're looking to make dollars from your artistic value in records and videos and upcoming motion pictures, and is all part of dollars, like Spike Lee is out there making money, but you're doing it in this form. You know, it's a money-making thing. But sometimes people out there confuse the money-making side by with people that are just revolutionaries with a message. And I think most of the hardcore videos come across that way, like they're revolutionaries instead of entertainers. Okay. What do you say on that? Is that right or wrong? Come on now, say something. I know. Are we revolutionaries?
Yeah, we are.
Or entertainers?
I think we are all of it. Everything.
Everything. You're revolutionaries and up to make some money off of it. You're not just recording videos or records, you know, just for the non-commercial value of it.
Right. That's right.
What do you have as a message out there to the youngsters that's watching this show right now?
Let me see.
You know, we're going through a lot of changes out there, and we see like the Rodney King situation that in the community. We see L.A. burning down. We see all the time the murders and the shootings, the dope situations in the community. Now, where is there any hope for our kids now? I mean, in the future, I mean, what do we have for? I mean, from your standpoint.
Well, the murders and all the drive-by shootings and the drug dealings and all that. It's like us blacks don't have the boats to bring drugs here, and don't have, you know, the power to get everything over here. I figure, see, this is one thing how they can stop everything is by legalizing everything. And if it's legal and you could get it and don't have to really pay nothing for it or try to get it, that'll stop a lot of that. Killings and murders and everything else.
Well, you know, actually there's been a lot of advocates to that statement that believe in what you're saying, you know, and I think that but if you stop that, you know, just like there's a lot of people who are getting paid that wouldn't get paid on a higher level. You know, unfortunately on our level, you know, until we can develop an economic base where we can start making something and having other areas of people working, just like coming up and being an entertainer, you know, that's one area. You know, you have a lot of kids looking out either to come out in the you know, the world of the white-collar workers, or be an entertainer, sports, or whatever. That's the only way to get out of the ghetto, they figure, you know. But far as the drug dealing, you know, I guess, you know, I look at it as, you know, there's families got to be fed and whatever. I'm not advocating it, but it's a matter, it's a reality. If you take away the jobs, or how's the person going to feed their family and whatever? So you got to look at all those different directions. I look at it in a fashion that we have to really start thinking more, and I'm looking at a message even from us in the standpoint of saying, let's develop other areas of people able to make money, you know, so that they won't be dealing in those areas. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. I don't want to take it to a bit. I'm doing all the talking now. You're sitting back there. I know. But for you, as an example, how did you get into this music industry? I mean, what prompted you getting into it?
Well, let me see.
Because most people thought you was a street person out there, you know, fighting the battles in the streets, you know, with the gangs and whatever.
Same thing that we just was talking about.
And something came in your life, said, well, okay, we're going to do a different twist to it now.
So I decided to do something else because most of my friends are either dead or in jail. So I didn't either want to end up like them. So I figured I would do something that's legal. And this record business to me was something legal.
So in this area, you got into the music business. Was it anyone special that launched your career, record label? Someone saw your talents or what?
No, not really. Basically, I did a lot of it on my own. Like sold records out of my car and everything. And then I ended up getting deals and going other places, getting other deals, and then it just took off.
You have to be a lawyer for your lawyer and doctor for your doctor. You have to do all of that yourself, and you have to know how to wheel and deal in this day and age, you know, or else you get the short end of the stick. Is that right? Okay, now, what about your group? Look like everybody from your group, NWA, has now become single artists themselves and pretty big. Are you still friends with your group?
Yeah, a couple of them. Ice Cube, MC Ren, and Yella.
Okay, what about the other one?
Who? I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Okay.
You remember the guy that was Dr. Dre?
Yeah.
That was, you remember that group, the World Class Wrecking Crew?
Yeah.
That wore lipstick, stick lace, biker shorts, and, you know, ruffles, eyeliner.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, if you go look back like to his old albums before where he did songs like The Cabbage Patch, The Fly, He's Bionic, Dr. Dre, and you look back at him in his doctor suit, you could tell where he originally came from. See, if you look back at me, you could, when my beginning, I did the Boys in the Hood. So I was cruising down the street in my 6'4". So it's 93 now, and Dre is all of a sudden cruising down the street in his 6'4" now. So I figured he like a 93 wannabe. Because back then, he did all this Cabbage Patch stuff and dancing and wore the lipstick and the doctor outfits with the stethoscope and did all this techno music. He was never really from the streets. And I figured, like, what he talking about? He said he's got a song I call G Thing. I figured G stuff come from the concrete, and that's the streets, which he was never from the streets. Okay. Only reason why people affiliate him with the streets is through me. So it's like, where we from, Compton and Long Beach, they don't get along with each other. See, like, people in Compton really don't, you know, claim Dre as being from Compton, and they don't claim Snoop from being from Long Beach. So it's like, it's still a whole little gimmick he got. It's not real.
Well, at least you put the word Compton on the map, the city of Compton on the map.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, is there going to be a reunion of the fellas that you can get along with?
Of course. We're talking right now.
All right.
Working on it.
That'll be sharp to do something like that. You have another video out at the same time as Sniper, don't you?
Yeah, only if you want it.
Okay. And was that a backup in case we didn't play Sniper?
No, that was the original, the first video, and that was like produced by Naughty by Nature, and that was the first single from that maxi single.
Well, I tell you, you know, we have a new day coming in the music video scene, and I tell you, it's going to be very interesting. And well, it's been really nice having you here at Soul Beat, because always a pleasure. But you know, we asked you a question a while ago, you know, the message again to these youngsters, because they look at you as a role model, and what you do and what you say is what they enact. In other words, they go out there and try to project themselves like you. Now, as I said, it's what we want to do. You know, like, this is Black History Month. You know, it's not all in the past of George Washington Carver, but it's like the Eazy E who's doing something now within the community, which, you know, like is we think should be recognized, and being a role model in your own right as an entertainer, producer, manager, and a really don't let his get up fool you. He's a tremendous businessman, you know, like better than some of these white collars with the three-piece suits on, you know. and with his organization that he has, an entourage, I tell you, it's together. Okay, the question again, give that message out there to the youth.
Well, basically, the way we do things is like, this is like sniper. This is things that could happen or can happen or whatever. I'm not telling kids to go out and try this, because if they try it, they might end up dead or in jail. You know, just like, okay, you say the sniper, we got the shooting in it and everything else. They just had on TV the other day, some guy went in the hospital, shooting up in the hospital. You know, this is stuff that could happen, but I wouldn't advise kids to go out and do nothing that I talk about on my album. You know, because they might end up dead or in jail themselves. So it's like, hey, that's just something that could happen. This is like, it's realistic. And I wouldn't advise them to do nothing that I talk about on there. Fathers go out, do the drive-bys and everything else. I'm just teaching them, you know, what could happen.
You know, how about the educational factor, you know? Do you advise them go out and get that education?
Yes. And then they'll be, you know, be a lot advanced on a lot of other things that's going on as far as the streets.
In other words, they'd be able to count their money when they make it, if they make it. Okay. All right. It's been nice having Eazy E here and with Soul Beat, and I tell you, you know, like, I've enjoyed this interview, and I've had a chance to rap with a professional, and we're going to try to have more in that area here on the beat. Right now, we're going to go back to more of good old Soul Beat, and again, thank you for coming out and being a part of you know, our Black History Month celebration. As we continue with more of Soul Beat, I'm Chuck Johnson, and we'll see you later.